Good morning, students. I welcome you all to the 25th session of the Advanced Financial Management. This is Padmavati Indari, Assistant Professor of Management from Government First Grade College, Devanahalli. Let's see today about the capital structure theories, particularly net income approach. The outcome of this session is to make you able to explain what is net income approach theory of capital structure. In previous session, we have dealt with the factors affecting capital structure. As you know, capital structure is the combination of longer term sources of funds required for the business to run the operations. There are many factors which need to be taken into consideration while designing the capital structure, like it might be the market conditions, how is the interest rates prevailing. It might be the investor behavior, how investor behave towards various options in the various options of investments in the market. What his perception will be regarding the interest rate, what is perception regarding the return, how much risk he is able to take, what is his attitude towards the equity investment, his attitude towards the debentures, and what are the different products available in the market that should be taken into consideration, and also the competitors who are in the forefront to raise the funds. Even the government policy should be taken into consideration, the leverage, that is the what is the benefit by taking the debentures, by issuing the debentures and acquiring the funds through debt, what is the benefit of that debentures on the equity market. These are all factors which should be taken into consideration before designing the capital structure, because capital structure, it determines the value of the firm. How best you can design your capital structure will have effect on the cost of capital. That is the cost you have to pay for acquiring the funds. Lower the cost, more will be the value. More the value of the firm, it will have a positive impact in the market. So these are the factors which should not be neglected while designing the capital structure, that we have dealt in the previous session. Today we'll see what are the theories behind the capital structure. What are the financial experts state about the capital structure, how the capital structure is to be designed, what is the impact of debt on the capital structure, what is the impact of debt on the value of the firm, and also the cost of capital. So capital structure is the major part of the firm's financial decision which affects the value of the firm, and it leads to change in EBIT, that is earning before interest and tax, and market value of the shares. There is a relationship among the capital structure, cost of capital, and value of the firm. The aim of effective capital structure is to maximize the value of the firm and to reduce the cost of capital. Students, it is the financial manager, when he concentrates on reducing the cost of capital, then he can get a more value to the firm. So capital structure theories are the beliefs or the experts' advice while designing the capital structure is being divided into two. That is, one is modern approach and another is traditional approach. In modern approach, three theories are there: net income approach, net operating income approach, and Modigliani-Miller approach. The crux of all these theories is the relationship between the debt and the impact of debt on the cost of capital and the value of the firm. So we'll see what is net income approach. Net income approach, it is suggested by David Durant. According to this approach, net income approach states that the capital structure is relevant to the valuation of the firm. Means here the capital, the decisions, whatever we are taking in designing the capital structure is relevant, means it is related to the valuation of the firm. That is the value of the firm. Value of the firm is affected by the capital structure decisions. In other words, a change in the capital structure leads to a corresponding change in the overall cost of capital. Means any change done in the capital structure, that is inclusion or non-inclusion of the debt, leads to have a change in the cost of capital as well as the total value of the firm. Both overall cost of capital and also the value of the firm is dependent on the capital structure. The main crux is that capital structure decisions are related to, they are having the influence of the cost of capital and value of the firm. According to this approach, using of more debt leads to reduction of overall cost of capital and increase the value of the firm. Here overall cost of capital and value of the firm are they act in opposite direction. That is, reduction in the cost of capital will have a positive impact on the value of the firm. If increase in the cost of capital leads to decrease in the value of the firm. Here the net income approach, you should understand that there is a relationship between the capital structure decision and value of the firm and also cost of capital. What are the assumptions? On what assumptions this theory is based? First assumption is this, that there is no corporate tax. Tax factor is not considered in this approach. You won't consider the corporate taxes. Next is the cost of debt is less than the cost of equity. Whatever cost we are paying for acquiring the debt, it is lesser than the cost of equity. The use of debt does not change the risk perception of the investor. Means if the company, the business increases the debt proportion, it won't change the perception of the equity. Equity investors don't mind about change in the debt, increase in the debt. They won't expect more return. They won't increase the risk perception of the investor, the equity investors. Equity investors don't bargain for higher return when debt is increased in the capital structure. So equity investors' perception don't change when there is change in the debt. What is the formula to calculate value of the firm according to net income approach? Value of the firm is nothing but it is the total of market value of equity plus market value of debt. It is symbolically represented as V is equal to S plus B. S is equity and B is debt. You can take B or D. Market value of equity. How to get the market value of equity? It is derived from the formula S is equal to NI by KE, where NI is earnings available to equity shareholders. Earnings available means what? When we'll get the total earnings, that is when we'll get the net income, from that net income we should deduct the interest paid to the debentures. After deducting the interest paid to the debentures, or if preference is there, dividend paid to the preference shareholders, whatever the residual value or whatever the income is left, that is related to equity shareholders. That income, earnings available to equity shareholders, we have to take, and that we have to divide it by the cost of equity or equity capitalization rate to get the market value of equity. So that is represented symbolically by S, and market value of debt is represented by B. So let's have a quick glance on one of the problem based on net income approach. A company expects a net income of 80,000. It has 2,08% debentures. The equity capitalization rate is 10%, means equity holders expect 10%. Calculate the value of firm and overall capitalization rate according to net income approach. Second question is, if the debenture debt is increased to 3 lakh, before it is 2 lakh, now it is increased to 3 lakh, what shall be the value of the firm and overall capitalization rate? First, when debt is 2 lakh, what is the value of the firm? Net income is 80,000 as given in the problem. Interest on debentures, that is 8% on 2 lakh is 16,000. So earnings available to equity shareholders, EAA, that is 64,000. Equity capitalization rate is 10%. Market value of equity is calculated by the formula earnings available to equity shareholders divided by equity capitalization rate, that is 10%. So 64,000 divided by 10 by 100, that is 64,000 into 100 by 10. So 6,40,000. Market value of debenture as given in the problem, it is 2 lakh. So total value of the firm is S plus D or S plus B. 6,40,000 plus 2 lakh is 8,40,000. So to calculate the overall cost of capital, what is the cost of capital ultimately? That is, formula is earnings divided by net earnings divided by value of the firm, that is 80,000 divided by 8,40,000 into 100 is 9.52%. So overall cost of capital when debt is 2 lakh, 9.52%. Next we'll calculate when the debt is increased to 3 lakh, net income as given in the problem 80,000, less interest on debentures 8%, that is 8% of 3 lakh is 24,000. So 80,000 minus 24,000 is 56,000. Equity capitalization rate is 10%. To calculate the market value of equity, we'll divide 56,000 divided by 10% is 5,60,000. And debentures is given in the problem 3 lakh. So 5,60,000 plus 3 lakh is S plus D or S plus B, that is 8,60,000. So to calculate the overall cost of capital, earnings divided by value of the firm, that is 80,000 divided by 8,60,000 is 9.3. So when debt is 9.5, when debt is 2 lakh, cost of capital is 9.52. when debt is 3 lakh, the cost of capital is 9.3. So when debt portion is increased, the cost of capital comes down and value of the firm goes up, because value of the firm in the when debt is 2 lakh, it is 8,40,000. Now it is 8,60,000. So increase in debenture, increase in debt proportion leads to decrease in cost of capital and increase in value of the firm. And regarding multiple choice question, net income approach is given by David Duran. Capital structure theories are classified into modern and traditional approach. Value of equity is calculated by the formula net income, that is earnings available to equity shareholders, divided by KE, that is equity capitalization rate, and formula to calculate value of the firm is S plus B or S plus D. Net income approach is based on the assumption. First assumption is there should not be corporate tax. Cost of debt should is less than cost of equity. The use of debt does not change the risk perception of the investor. That is all of the above. So this is about the net income approach under capital structure theory. Thank you.